Hey guys, Jeremy here, Simple Little Life, and I know in the video I did last week I said that I wasn't going to be moving my knife shop out here, and one of the comments somebody said I'd give you 3 weeks. Didn't even last that long. You know what, the reality of it is that if I've got a garage, a perfectly functioning garage that's warm, why would I want to work out my shipping container? I love my shipping container, and it's so nice and it's set up, but the one downside to it is that it takes about 2 hours every single morning just to get that warm air in there, get the wood stove going. And then even at the back of the shipping container where my grinders are, it's hard to get heat back into that area. And a lot of the times it's so cold that when I go to fire up my grinders, just that draw that they take when they're starting up, they like blow the breakers, and so sometimes I have to put a propane heater just facing the motors, warm the motors up a bit, and then once they're warmed up, then I can run them just fine. But it's a lot of work. It's about 2 hours every single day just so I can start working in there. So the plan indeed is that I'm going to take this one bay of our garage. This is a double garage. I don't know, it's like 27 by 27 or something. It's a decent size. We're gonna park our van right here in the bay that the camera's in, and that basically goes to about right here. And from here this way, I'm going to set up my new knife making shop, and I'm so excited about this. So the plan for right now is I'm gonna kind of slowly get it set up, and then one big improvement I'm gonna make is I'm gonna get proper dust collection set up for my grinders. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna try and get a workbench set up in that corner. What I'm thinking is this. I'm gonna build a storage cabinet, probably 8 foot high here, and then my 6 foot workbench will go here. I'm gonna reuse the top of that, but I'm gonna make a whole new wooden frame. Then I can have another place for my heat treat oven, and then I'm thinking my milling machine and lathe will probably go in this area, around there or something, and as well as this toolbox will probably get relocated to around here. That's kind of the idea, it's kind of what I'm thinking right now, but the first order of business is just to start with the workbench and kind of work from there. Also, what I'm gonna do when everything's all finally set up and fine-tuned and I've got all the machinery where I want it to be, I'm actually gonna bring 220 power in from the basement. I can come into this side of the garage wall. I'm gonna put a panel there, and then I'm gonna run conduit, and I'm gonna drop the different drop conduit lines with junction boxes and have proper power distribution set up for this little knife shop here. One thing I'm not entirely sure of, I might end up putting a big tarp right here from the ceiling to the floor. All depends, but then again, if I can keep my dust under control with a decent dust collection system, which should be happening, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it this week, but I hope to not have to put a tarp down here because it's nice to share all this heat, and also I don't have a heater in here, but it still stays at about 12 degrees Celsius, which is much warmer than my shipping container is most of the time in the winter. And I do have gas stubbed up here, and so I'm just trying to look and figure out what I want for a heater in here. I'm probably gonna do with a radiant tube heater going all the way to the top part right here. It'll exhaust out that wall. But those things are really great because they warm up the objects, and then the objects warm up the air. There's no dust, there's no air movement and stuff, and they're very quiet too. So that should be my choice, especially for filming. It's nice not to have, if you have a blower type up there, I could be in the middle doing something else and the heater comes on, it's gonna be loud and obnoxious. So that's the plan. Picked up a whole bunch of 2x4s. I'm gonna use a Craig jig, and we're just gonna get motoring and making a workbench, and that'll be the very first order of business for the new knife shop. All right, end of day 1. 9:26 in the evening. We got that done. I didn't get started till about 3 o'clock this afternoon, so 6.5 hours. I think it's all right. So we've got a nice 3/4 inch bottom there, and then done a little toe kick. Basically, it's sitting on boxes just like you would a regular cabinet. We've got a nice finished side right here. This is all gonna get painted white. And then I'm gonna put my top, my butcher block top that's in the sea can. That will fit right on here, and I should have about 1.5 inch overhang. Bench vise will get mounted here. My woodworker's vise that was right here, I'm not putting that on this. I'm actually gonna build a roll around workbench that'll probably get parked right there. I'm gonna mount that woodworker's vise on that. And then we got the shelving unit. So I've got 16 inches. Let me just double check. I have 16 1/8 or just 16? 16 1/8, yeah. So that'll be good for random stuff. And then anything larger, I'm not putting shelving in here. My thoughts are with this is I could make individual compartments out of plywood, like an insert that will slide right in there, and I can customize it once I know what I want to keep there. This is going to be for stuff like I'm also going to add like custom dividers and stuff so I can keep like all my scale material. Kydex is going to slide into here, probably like leather working stuff, and then scale material, yada yada, and then chemicals that I use, different epoxies and all that stuff. And these, this here is going to get doors over it, so I can close that up. Again, painted white. Doors will go on there. I don't want to see any of the junk that I have stored in there. And then, still not entirely sure how the rest of this wall is going to turn out, but all in all, I think it's going pretty good. Fairly happy with the progress. I really would like to get, I'd like to get the shop pretty much functional so I could start making knives tomorrow. That is the goal, but I've got a lot of mess to deal with here. And then we just got a bunch of organizing and fun stuff to go. Anyways, the end of day 1 of the shop refurb project. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching. Cheers.